Hey, how you doing? My name's Ethan, aka Blazing Cactus, and I have here with me my good friend and co-host Clayton, aka Halo Kirby.
Hi.
Today we will be ranking all of the Pokemon evil teams from worst to best.
This is our first discussion video as Cosmo, so I hope you can bear with us during this fun little experiment of ours.
So in order to make this list, we will be considering two main factors: the reasonability and thematic quality of their plan and motives, and the general aesthetic and personality of the members. Consequently, there will initially be two lists, one for each of these said factors.
Also, we should go ahead and mention that we will only be giving one slot to each evil team, even if they came back or changed in another game. So that means we're treating Team Rocket as one team, even though they, morphed into something different during Gold and Silver, the same goes for Team Plasma.
So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it.
First, we'll be making a list based off of their plans and their motivation.
8 and 7.
Yeah, I know we're starting off with a tie, but let's just talk about Team Magma and Aqua's plans for a second. And maybe you'll understand. They're terrible. Like, they are genuinely terrible.
They're both so equally terrible, in fact, that we just had to give them both the bottom slot.
So if you ever had a moment to stop mashing the A button during Pokemon Emerald and read the dialogue,
Me.
you might have noticed that Team Magma wanted to eliminate all the water in the world and leave nothing but land, whereas Team Aqua wanted to eliminate all the land in the world and flood the planet with water. No, I'm not kidding.
Not to mention that they had no distinguishable end goal. What are they supposed to do after, the planet is flooded or facing drought? Watch Netflix while they wait for their looming demise? I don't think we really need to explain the logistical disaster that is these plans, but we can explain that these are at the bottom of the list because, dear God, how did this plot ever get past the drawing board?
Number 6.
I voice cracked. Here we go, I'm gonna
Do it again.
Number 6.
Cyrus is a psychopath. Just look at his face. This is the face of a truly incorrigible human being. He also has no discernible traits to suggest that he has had a single rational thought in his life. Except maybe hiring the admins that he did, because, man, those guys are cool. But we'll get to them later.
His plan for Team Galactic was to destroy the universe and replace it with a new, more beautiful one. Yeah, he literally said he wanted a more beautiful universe.
Just what does that even mean? Why is this universe not satisfactory? Why has he survived this long in the world? Cyrus's lengthy, cathartic monologue seemed to elicit more questions than answers. I mean, there were multiple grunts in the galactic warehouse that literally conceded to not knowing what the actual frick was going on with his plan.
And they, tried to pull a Zamasu, kinda. Just, go watch the Dragon Ball Super Goku Black Arc and you'll understand why this gets the number 6 slot.
Number 5.
Lysander is also a psychopath.
But he's a fabulous psychopath.
That he is.
Team Flare's plan ultimately has the same sort of objective as Team Galactic, the only difference being that Team Flare just wanted to reset the world rather than the entire universe.
Basically, the only reason Team Flare gets the edge over Team Galactic in this case is because Lysander provided us with an actual reason as to why he wanted to execute his plan. He essentially believes that humans can't be trusted to be anything above a greedy scumbag with tunnel vision, and so he thinks he's truly doing the world a favor by using his ultimate weapon. This motivation is fundamentally flawed on a myriad of levels, but that's why he's the villain the player has to stop after all.
That, and, he has a wonderful taste in coffee.
Number 4.
Team Yellow's pathetic, but at least their plan had some sensibility. For once on this list, the evil team didn't want to utterly ruin and/or destroy the world. So, we're making baby steps.
Their whole, plan? Well, they're supposed to support Marnie and, make sure she does well in a gym challenge. And, well, in the end, Team Yell comes up looking like a less menacing, less cool Team Skull. And speaking of...
Number 3.
Team Skull is going to take the number 3 slot, because all they really want to do is bond over their unfortunate circumstances and cause some good old-fashioned trouble.
Their plan, if you can even call it that, is much simpler than that of Team Galactic's or Flare's, but that also means that there's less room for error and logical fallacy.
Also, Guzma's cool. Yeah, he's just really cool.
Number 2.
Ah, yes, Team Rocket. They want money, and they want world domination. It's simple. It's foolproof. It's evil. It's classic.
Also, the fact that Team Rocket was able to come back in Johto after dealing with Red speaks, well, volumes to their tenacity.
Look, we're not going to pretend that nostalgia has nothing to do with this, but we are going to pretend that Team Rainbow Rocket doesn't exist. At least for now.
Number 1.
Number 1 goes to Team Plasma. A lot of you probably saw this coming. Team Plasma is widely regarded in the Pokemon community as the most interesting and compelling evil team, and we couldn't agree more. A big reason for this is because Game Freak actually decided to focus a lot more of its attention on the plot for Black and White, and in my opinion, they really succeeded.
At first, Team Plasma is seen as a mysterious organization advocating for Pokemon liberation, which in itself is a fascinating concept. However, we later find out that Getsus is fucking insane! That Getsus wanted to liberate the Pokemon of Unova, not for the benefit of the Pokemon themselves, but for his own benefit, so that he would face, well, much less resistance in trying to take over the region. So naturally, the player has to take him down in the climax of the story.
This plot twist is surprising enough, but further than that, it actually makes sense. Some people say that this ending is unsatisfactory since it destroys any moral ambiguity the story might have set up beforehand, and it does, but that's not a bad thing. Game Freak never wanted to be ambiguous about the morality of capturing and owning Pokemon because the good guys do it in all the games and are portrayed as heroes. Making this question of whether or not it's okay to own and train Pokemon unanswered would be bad for Pokemon's overarching plot because the player would question from then on the moral stability of their actions when taking part in the most important mechanic in these games.
Wow, you had a lot to say about Team Plasma, huh?
I got carried away. Let's just move on. Let's talk about the Aether Foundation.
Oh no, the scary people.
Yes, the scary people.
Especially What's-Her-Face.
Lucamine. Yeah, Lucamine is her face.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she was crazy. Like, clinically insane. Yeah, why didn't we include them again?
Because they don't have team in their name, Ethan.
Ah, of course. Anyway, let's move on to the next list. This one focuses on the general aesthetic of the evil teams and the personalities of their leaders. So, let's jump right into it.
Please, stop saying that.
Number 8.
Once again, Team Yell is pathetic. They look terrible. They're stupid. They look stupid. Their motive is petty. And stupid.
Ethan, we're not talking about their motives, we're talking about the designs.
Hey, Clayton.
Yeah?
They're still stupid.
Okay.
Number 7.
Team Skull, I love them. Their designs are great. Guzman's personality is great. Everyone's personality is great for that matter.
I'm not as big of a fan as this guy is, but I still respect Team Skull because they are very unique and they're pretty fitting for the plot. Gladion annoys me though.
These guys just look really cool, and sometimes that's just all you need.
Number 6.
Whoa, Team Rocket? Why so low?
They're not bad, it's just their design is simplistic, which is in some ways good, but it also serves to knock them lower in my opinion. Now, that's just talking about the grunts. The admins of Team Rocket featured in the Johto games are actually quite good, and so is Giovanni. That's why Team Rocket is above Team Skull on this list.
Fair enough. Onward!
Number 5.
I like Team Magma's science aesthetic. It's like a precursor to Team Flare, and Max's design is also pretty nice.
I agree. I definitely liked the whole fire aesthetic of Team Magma as a kid. The admins are memorable in terms of design, but, well, there's not much else to work with.
I remember Courtney, but what's his name? Tabitha? Yeah, I don't really remember him. All in all, not bad. I can't say there's anything really wrong with Team Magma in terms of the list. It's just that there are better contenders. Their plan sucks, though.
Number 4.
Team Flare is fabulous.
They're also basically a better Team Magma. I mean, they have the fire and science stuff going on, and their leader Lysander looks awesome. I also love Lysander's solemnity and cold determination to achieve his plan. It progressively looks more suspicious and menacing throughout the game, and I really like that.
They have a lot of admins, though. Like, a lot of admins. Kind of makes them all trivial and forgettable. Still though, Team Flare is really cool and definitely deserves the number 4 spot.
Numbers 3 and 2.
Yeah, okay, calm down, Malcolm. I know it's another tie. Just hear us out on this.
Aqua and Galactic. Both very different, but equally amazing. They both represent really unique concepts that have really never been repeated. Just think about it. Yell is a worse Skull. Skull, in a way, is a worse Rocket, and Magma is a worse Flare.
Team Galactic's grunts are admittedly unimpressive, but Galactic's appeal comes from Cyrus and its admins. All the admins are named after planets and all have really cool colorful hair, and I love it. And of course Cyrus, who is not only well designed in my opinion, but also has this epic downward spiral into insanity that's really entertaining to watch.
Team Aqua's grunts are really well designed, and well, so is Archie himself. I like his personality as well, but the admins are a bit lacking and maybe a little forgettable. But they still have, some pretty good designs. I just appreciate Team Aqua's pirate aesthetic in general.
We honestly talked for hours about who was better, but in the end, we really couldn't give either one of them the edge on this one. However, we were able to pick a team that was better than both.
Number 1.
Yep, Team Plasma.
Damn it!
The grunts, pretty well designed for both versions. The admins, one was purple, and the other is Colress, one of my favorite characters in the games. I love the fact that he pursues his own interests of bringing out the strength of Pokemon, regardless of whether that's through working with Team Plasma or working on his own. He's just a really great, majestic-looking individual character.
And also, N exists. N is M. Yeah.
Not to mention Getsus himself. What a great villain. Basically takes the same downward spiral path as Cyrus did, except looking even cooler in the process.
In my opinion though, Getsus' design is a bit busy in the original black and white games, but they did fix that in the sequels. And well, no matter how you look at it, Team Plasma is pretty much the best. Remember Team Rainbow Rocket?
Yeah.
They were cool.
Ready for the final master list? Let's jump right
Ethan?
into... I'm sorry.
After considering both of the previous lists and deliberating over a few loose ends, we managed to come up with a master list of our definitive rankings of the Pokemon Evil teams that we are honestly pretty proud of. So let us know what you think of our list and how you would change it in the comments below.
And that includes you, Malcolm.
Yay!
Thanks for your time, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Their leader, Lysander, looks awesome. I also love Lysander's solemnity and cold determination to
Do it again.
Once again, Team Yell is pathetic. They look terrible. They're stupid. They look stupid. Their motive is petty. And stupid.
Ethan, we're talking about motives. Fuck.
Yes, we are.